Hey everybody. Well, that sucks when you record a video and then you figure out it's not on a record. Anyway, so this subject is about. I was gonna do it first, but then I thought I should wait. I should probably not hold on to this, so I turned the video off, remote. But yeah, I want to talk about UFOs. I want to talk about what's going on, what I think, what I've researched, and I'm like I said in the thumbnail, I've really been into the subject for like 15 years, but not as hardcore as the last 10 years. So I had 15 years, 5 years of it was kind of like oh, looking here a little bit, a little there. But for the last like 10 years, I've been pretty much, I would say, obsessed with it in a healthy way, in the sense that I wanted to get to the bottom of it on my own without just reading a random book that you buy on Amazon and just be like, oh yeah, that's all true. No. I watch videos over and over and over again to find inconsistencies in people's stories, and I went to dissect it. Like, I'm not even kidding. I probably watched some documentaries, like credible ones, maybe 20, 30 times, possibly more. But I also researched incidences on different ends of the earth, right? So stuff in China and Brazil and Canada and the U.S., like just Alaska, all over the map. Iran, like you get it, right? So and stuff from the 80s, stuff from the 70s. I researched stuff from the FBI website, documents that have been released, declassified. Oh, from the 50s, 60s. There's a lot of documents there. You got to really dig for them. There is a site, the Black Vault .com is, what's that guy's name? John Greenwald or something. I think that's it. Sorry, bud, if that's you. He's probably put so much of his time and resources to building that site. It's got millions of documents on it. They're authentic. They're real. So if you research the subject on this in this type of way, and you're not like reading books and watching a documentary and just taking it as fact, if you go through all the stuff for all the years, or go right back into 1947, like when they first started making these reports, that became public, you're going to see it. There's a trend here. And it's very eerily similar, the stories of what they see, what happens, the shapes in the sky of the alleged craft, and there's been stuff that the astronauts have seen. Right now, there's been, I believe 3 hearings. Don't hold that to me. It could be 2. I think it's 3 though. Of actual government officials. So this is no longer people with no teeth, in some trailer park, okay? And this is credible people that have spent decades in the government, that are whistleblowers, that are being protected by the government. This is no longer a joke. I've started to notice more and more news outlets covering it, but not at the level you would think. And I think I know why. I think it's because and I'm not talking about like little aliens running around the place. I'm like, yeah, that could be an aspect of this, and it's very hard to accept. And this is part of the reason why nobody's really taking it seriously, because they are now, but until recently, it's like it's so far out there, and we've been conditioned to think of this stuff as crazy. We've been conditioned to anything that's out of the norm, everybody ignores it. And they've actually made like a disinformation campaign. And I'm not saying that word because it's the word they've been using. Like, I just don't know another word to describe it. I'll use my own words. They've been putting information out there on purpose to change public opinion and to discourage people from coming forward. And it's been an incredibly effective tool to ridicule people, threaten people, threaten their lives. I have heard this so many times from so many different people, like I said, from other, sides of the planet, that there's no way they could get together and form some opinion or what happened in that eerily same manner. Yeah, it was a bit eerie. Is kind of the only word. Like when you listen to that, you're like, wow, that's what that person said. But they said that 40 years ago, or they said that 25 years ago, or that person that made that report is no longer around. They've died, and it's really. Then you start to think about this in a different way. You're like, you know what? Why? Okay, why would someone that was in their 80s, make up a story like this and have the whole town make fun of them? You got to think about the motivation. What is the motivation? People are saying all these guys are getting rich. No, there's people that made money from book deals and other things. Some of them have a bit of money, but if you really do the research, like James Fox, one of them. I love James Fox. He's awesome. He's probably one of the top guys I follow. He was broke. He explains it in his documentaries, and he's had people on the documentary that, saying that he was like scraping money together. He was borrowing money. He would be completely winging it, not even knowing how he was going to get the rest of the film done because he was running out of money. And then some miracle happened and somebody would step up and get him through the finish line. But he has not made a lot of money. I don't think he's worth millions of dollars even to this day. He just went through a bunch of stuff when they tried to take his rights away, and a lot of the people, Bob Lazar is another one that, why would this guy lie for, what has it been, over 30 years? I have his house raided, it basically destroyed his business. His business got raided. He has been attacked and ridiculed on the internet for 3 decades. What has that done for him? George Knapp is another one that's been shunned and laughed at, and that is on purpose. But now that we find out, all the governments are researching it. The U.S. government has been researching this from back in the 30s. I've read some documents. So. And it's been all classified until 2017. They released, it was discovered that there was a hidden program. Then they had to admit it. Now they're saying that it is real. They don't know what they are. And now there's hearings about it. Now there's government officials like Chris Mellon. It was high-level government. This is not talking about people on the bottom here. We're talking about high-level government. There's presidents that have been hinting to stuff. And I really believe the topic is so outrageous and crazy that it's really difficult for people to get it. But I'm telling you, and I'm going to put it on the record, there's something happening, and there honestly, I'm just going to say it. There's things that are here that are not human. They're not human. They don't move like our aircraft can. They haven't been moving like our aircraft can, even in the 40s, the 50s. We didn't have technology like that. I understand that we could have classified aircraft, but you cannot say that we've had that kind of technology that can go from 80,000 feet to the surface of the ocean and was less than 2 seconds, and also go underwater and maintain that same speed or close to it. Impossible speeds. Yeah. There's people that are being paid by the government because they were injured. That's also come out into the public now. So the government's paying people that have been injured by UFOs, but they're denying it, and they're also saying they're not real, but they're spending millions of dollars on them. Doesn't make sense. All these whistleblowers have been coming out over the years, been laughed at. Government officials are coming out now. They're having hearings. It goes on and on. It's like, so then you start thinking, okay, what is evidence, right? What is evidence? What is really evidence? Is hearsay evidence? Okay, it might not be the best evidence, but is okay. Burn marks in a field. 2 people witnesses it. Caught on camera, caught on radar. Is that evidence? Is something flying over Phoenix in 1997? 2,000 people see it. caught on video, is that evidence? Or is that discounted? If somebody is murdered and there's 500 people that said they saw him get stabbed, and there was video footage of, maybe not the exact thing, whatever, but a person running away, and then 500, let's just say 1,000 people saw it. Guess what would happen to him? He would go to prison. It's taken seriously, just not in this instance. It's not. They want, and it's a way of discrediting it. And they, you know what they want? They want the thing landing in the middle of the road and people recording it. And then guess what? Even if that happened, everybody would say it was fake. This is how difficult it is. Even if 2 police officers said, yeah, I saw it, it landed, we took some pictures of it, here are the pictures, oh, that was AI. That's fake. They were drunk. That's what would happen. So even if a real event happened and they landed in the middle of a city, they would say it was fake. And it's real. So I really believe there's a lot of footage out there that's been just, been called BS for years and decades. That's probably real. And they're just, they're the people that are trying to cover it up are like, we don't even have to cover it up anymore. It's like it covered up itself. Everybody thinks it's all fake. So you can put anything you want out. No one's going to believe you. And then people just laugh at you, and they play these little sounds on the news when they bring up the topic, the one I played in the beginning here. And people just write it off. But I'm telling you, there's something happening. It's getting more frequent. They're not ours, and they're not any adversaries. I mean, I can't say I know that for a fact, but you cannot tell me that there's these things that are maneuvering like this, and we have that technology. And if that was true, do you know how many people that have spent their whole lives in science and technology that have wasted their lives making electric cars and rockets and all these things that they've spent their whole life on, and then they find out that what they were doing was completely useless, and they had something that was like a million years ahead or whatever. That's not going to go well with the public, right? And especially when you have the actual people in the government saying that, on camera, under oath, if you get caught lying, you go to jail. They're telling Congress there's something going on here. And now Congress is actually, they're learning that they have been also lied to. There's only, I would believe there's probably such a small amount of people that know about this. Yeah, I mean, I believe there's people that have been killed over the secret, and I think people have been threatened throughout the whole entire thing. So, yeah, that's like basically what I think about it. So you cannot believe it. You can just say, oh, this guy's nuts, but you know what? Either it's the biggest hoax of all time and everybody's lying. 80-year-old, 90-year-olds. I've seen 9-year-old women that are like, they don't have much time left. They're telling these stories. They've been afraid to say. They're telling it now. What motivation? They don't have any motivation. It's actually, when you come out, you actually, basically put a big X on your head, and you're a target. So, yeah, there's something going on. There's something going to happen. I think in the next couple of years, we're going to find out this NHI, non-human intelligence, is going to be more freely talked about. And it'll probably go from non-human intelligence to, yeah, they were here. They're going to maybe say what they know about the crafts and this. They're probably going to stay away from or if they know where they're from. I mean, it looks like they're hiding in our oceans. There's a lot of sightings coming out and going into the ocean all over the world, in the Amazon, in the ocean, in the Pacific, all over the place. So I mean, I believe they're not from the ocean. They're not, they're from somewhere else. And I've read some stuff, and I've read enough things and watched enough documentaries and heard the same testimony from people that would not be lying, that I believe that they're definitely not from this planet, but they probably have bases in the ocean. But then again, we have been given this much information, and it's crazy how the government can hide this. I mean, you would think the government is just like a sieve. They can't hide, they can't keep any secrets. But I guess when you threaten people and kill people, and people, are generally afraid of it, people will just not talk about it. But now it's gotten into the internet age and everything. You can't keep it under wraps anymore. So yeah, it's breaking down. I'm hoping that the new administration will declassify a lot of this stuff, but yeah, there's something going to happen. I don't think that they're going to attack us. I don't think whoever it is, it's another civilization. I mean, is that crazy? That look at the space here. You think we're just it? We're not the smartest people. Believe me. You know what? If you think we're the most intelligent species on the planet, look what we've done. We fight, we kill people, we bury our garbage, we pollute all the oceans. Look in the countries that are in poverty. Look at the way they live. We're not sophisticated civilization. Look at our houses we built out of plywood and cheap thin lumber that they don't even last 100 years. They don't even last 50 years. Actually, new townhomes, they used to call them in Canada leaky condos. They don't even last 5 years. Now in Europe it's different. They have brick houses that have been there, brick buildings. Look at the pyramids. I mean, we're doing something totally backwards, right? We're actually getting stupider as time goes on. So we're not the smartest kid on the block. We're not really that intelligent. I mean, if you look at how these things are flying around, I mean, the fighter pilots said to the Congress, we have no way of defending ourselves. Nothing we can do. One after another, they all said it. And these are Top Gun from the movie, but it's a real phrase. The best fighter pilots in the world. So you're telling me that that's the reflection of the sun or something when they're chasing it around? No. So the people that are going to start getting ridiculed now are people that just refuse to believe it. Like, if you can't do your own research for yourself and actually go, yeah, there's definitely something going on. I mean, I guess that's on them. But yeah, I talk about it all the time now. It's a passion of mine because I'm actually happy if there's another civilization coming to Earth, which I believe there is, and I have a lot of evidence in my mind. I'm convinced, and I don't think they're hostile. If they're hostile, we wouldn't be here. I think they would have that they've been around since the 40s or 30s, whatever the first sighting was. We're still here. We still nuke people. We still had wars. They haven't stopped them. But I believe that there's like an ethical code that maybe they can't interfere with a civilization unless they're a threat to themselves, or well, we are a threat to ourselves, but a threat to other planets. Maybe, I don't know, but it's pretty clear that we're still here, and though they're here, so it can't be about those alien invasion movies and we're going to wipe us all out, because I mean, we're still here. So and then there's people that they've been taken. Let's just say it's true. How is the government going to go up in front of the podium and tell the citizens of the world that there's creatures from another planet coming to Earth, and there's nothing we can do about it, and they're also coming into your house and taking people out of their beds? I mean, fuck, you see how crazy that sounds? Just saying that sounds crazy, but apparently that's what's happening. Apparently. I mean, how many stories of abductions has there been? Well, thousands? I think, I don't know. I can't say a number, but it's a lot. Witness, I mean, even thinking about that's crazy. Can't even, when you lock your door, it doesn't do anything. I mean, that's crazy, right? So that's what I'm saying. Like, it's so crazy. People are just like, oh God, whatever. Well, I mean, the problem is, if you look at the evidence, you hit a wall and you're like, whoa. It is actually a bit scary. Like, not sure what to think about it. About like the confirmation. Like, I already know there's something happening. We all just kind of don't know what they want, where they're from, what will happen. But a lot of people know that there's something here. And we just kind of go through our day, take out the garbage, go to work, take our dogs for a walk, pay our bills. And there's this stuff going on that we know very little about, that's quite historic. It would be the most unbelievable thing to ever happen in human history. And there's all this evidence and everybody's just walking around not paying attention. So I would encourage everybody to watch this, pay attention. Watch the hearings, research on YouTube, US UFO hearings or whatever, UAP hearings. Watch them 4 or 5 times over. You know, research James Fox's documentary. There's a new movie coming out, The Program. He's putting a lot of hard work into, and I really appreciate that guy. He's done a lot. I don't think he's got a release date because, you know, he's finishing up on it, but James Fox has got several that are out. Moment of Contact was awesome. And he's got, what was the other one? The Phenomenon. He's from James. Unbelievable, man. This guy's put his whole life into this. So I would, I think you should watch those and start with that. But there's some happening. So, don't call me crazy. Go look it up. But I'm a regular person. I'm not some UFO guy. I'm not getting paid. I'm probably not going to get paid for anything. I don't care. I'm just doing this for fun. So I don't care what people say. I don't care if people watch it or don't watch it. I don't care. I'm just putting it out there that there's something happening, and it's going to come out, and then people are going to be like, whoa. And I don't want people to be like that. I don't want them to be like kind of where I am, going, So it's not such a shock, because it kind of is. It is knowing something that's here, and you don't really know what. That's possibly millions of years ahead of you. That's the reality of what I'm talking about. And I'm going to say it out loud. I don't even know what I'm saying, but that's what I'm saying. It's true. There's something here. And I can't tell you exactly what it is, but it's something that's not from here. That's way smarter than we are. Like, by a massive amount. And they're here, so yeah. So anyways, I guess that's enough of that. Let's play it one more time. Will it play it? I don't know if it will. There we go. So I hope everybody has a great day. I hope the mic was working this time. Subscribe to the channel. I'm going to keep going with this stuff. I'm going to do more stuff on drinking and recovery and prescription pills and all that, like my previous videos. So check out those. And then once I get this channel going, I'm going to switch up the background. I'm going to have some nice lights in here. I'm going to do the video editing. I'm taking little classes right now on doing all that. So eventually, I'll show you what else I do, that's pretty interesting. So thank you for watching. Take care, and I hope I've got the mic plugged in. I think I do. Have a good day.